What's up, Play Pals? It's your good guy Jay.
And your good girl Ted.
Welcoming you guys back to our channel. In today's video, we will be reviewing the SideShow Chucky doll, based off of The Seed of Chucky by the artist Tony Gardner, which is indeed the same artist who worked on Todd's Chucky doll as seen on their description. With that said, let's roll intro and get straight to the video.
To start off, in front of us we have the official SideShow box. Matter of fact, we believe what we are about to show should be everything the doll came with when it firstly purchased.
Please let us know if we're incorrect in the comments down below, since we were told it was only opened once, but it was never taken out of the box.
From our understanding, these dolls were made in 2008 and were limited to 850 pieces. Currently, they sell around 3,000 to 5,000. With that out of the way, let's proceed to the second box that came inside.
As you guys can see, the second box comes with an artwork of the SideShow Chucky doll, which happens to have a red eye, but other than that, nothing else is visible. But, as mentioned in our previous video, I'll be decorating it and making it its official Chucky box, leaving the artwork in the back of course. Therefore, if you would like to see the process as well as the final result, follow us on Instagram. We'll be sharing that along with exclusive Chucky things that might possibly not make it to a video.
Moving on to what's inside the second box, it's another box. But this is no ordinary box, it's a styrofoam. However, since there is technically nothing to cover, we'll just go straight to opening it.
Just to clarify, this isn't an unboxing video, but if you would like to see when it was first unboxed, we invite you to see our previous one.
Either way, as you guys can see, Chucky's there, so you guys get an idea of how he came. To the side of him comes a magnetic knife that should attach to his hand, as well as a display stick, but we'll get to that just a second. Let's focus on Chucky for the moment.
First of all, he stands at approximately 28 inches, which is the exact same height as Trick or Treat Studios' Good Guy.
He also has some weight on him since he's entirely made of plastic. Now, if we were to start from head to toe, well, although the hair is a wig and it does appear to be a bit too long, in our opinion, it can easily be ignored by the fact that the front portion of it seems to be inserted one by one, giving it a unique touch.
On top of that, it also gives the impression of it having multiple colors, such as orange, brown, and very little blonde.
As to the head, it does look too big for its body, but the details on the face are astonishing. For example, the eyes are made in such a way that it makes him look like an actual living doll. Due to the fact they don't seem to be painted nor printed, which gives the aspect of being a doll with human-like features along with its face gestures.
Sure, the eye paint job isn't the best, but it is just right for a doll that was released in 2008, and if I'm not mistaken, sold for $500.
Sticking to the paint job, it is very nicely done, all throughout his scars. The one visible on his head are the ones revealing his platinum painted skull, and the ones on his face.
The details on his teeth don't stay behind either, since they look as though they are separate pieces themselves, sort of like the ones visible on screen. Every tooth seems to have been worked on individually and painted a yellowish color, giving it a resemblance to a dirty human's mouth, because of course, we don't ever see him brush his teeth, and he is slowly turning human, leaving the doll-like appearance behind.
Topping it all off, in our opinion, is the fact that every single staple and stitch on him are real, and not just painted. However, we'll get more into detail as to where they are located once we cover the entire doll. With that said, let's move on to clothing.
Although the clothing is fairly similar to the one we see him wear in the movie, what knocks it down a notch is a huge stain on the right side of the good guy outfit. It isn't necessarily bad, however, since there is a scene in The Seed of Chucky where his outfit gets a similar stain to the one we see on the SideShow clothing.
To add to that, it gives him more of a sinister look, along with all the rips on his overalls held together by bobby pins. Rips are located throughout his outfits, some revealing more scars on the plastic body and more. Coming back to the scars, just as in the face, they are highly detailed with real stitches.
Other than that, the Good Guy logo seems to be perfectly centered. The colors on the overalls seem to be on point, as well as the sweater, which appears to be handmade.
If we were to pull up his sleeve, it will reveal Made in Japan on the wrist as in the movie.
Now, if we were to look at the shoes, just as in the sweater, they too seem to be handmade, or in this case, hand-painted. But what tops it off in this category by far, in our opinion, would easily have to be the Velcro. Don't get us wrong, it's a perfectly accurate Good Guy outfit, but so are a couple others. However, what are they all lacking on? In our opinion, inaccurate Velcro.
When it comes to articulation, it isn't the best, but it's decent. Thanks to the body made of plastic instead of sponge, there isn't really fear of ripping.
There is, however, the fear of a body part coming apart. You see, if those arm joints aren't frequently being moved, they eventually lose movability, making it really hard to position him in a different pose, especially on the lower half of the body as seen on the previous video.
Two other downers would be the fact that his leg can only be moved up and down. His right elbow not having any type of movements, meaning it has to remain in that 90-degree angle, with only having the capacity to move left to right.
It isn't all bad, however, since he does have mobility on his neck, shoulder, arms, wrist, legs, and feet.
It having mobility in his feet is pretty interesting itself. However, that could also be found on the Dream Rush Good Guy. Therefore, what would have to top it off in this category would be his ball joints on the shoulders, for the simple reason it allows them to move in a circular motion, which can't be found in any other Chucky doll up to date. With nothing else said, let's move to the last category.
Which is last but not least, accessories. As shown in the beginning of the video, this Chucky doll should have came with two accessories, one of them being the display stand and the other one being this magnetic knife that should attach to his hand.
Sadly for us, however, the previous owner happened to lose his original knife. Thankfully, due to his magnetic hand, he can technically hold anything that has metal, as long as it fits his hand. What easily makes up for his original lost knife would be Chucky's signature in the display. In other words, Brandora himself.
And well, Play Pals, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for much more Chucky content. We upload twice a week in Spanish and English.
Follow us on Instagram for exclusive content such as a future giveaway, most recent Chucky news/items, and much more. As of now, we haven't done a good job on Instagram uploads, but we're working on it.
Stay tuned for our upcoming video, which will be versus between the SideShow Chucky and the Dream Rush Good Guy. In other words, two highly priced and rare dolls on the market. With that said, we'll see you guys on the next.